Yo, greasy-ass Funketeers. Sean here with Soul Circus. The steamy Funkomotive pulls into Prospect, Kentucky this Friday night at Bistro 42. Let Judy Hubner make you some delectable ice-cold drinks while you wet your britches in anticipation of the funk, 9 p.m. Saturday, Groove Town gets put down so hard you think the bad boys of funk were pipe layers. We're cooking some bacon at the 7 Cents Festival's North Stage by Zanzibar, 4 p.m. Saturday night, Diamonds in St. Matthews gets more noise complaints as we invade the deep, dark deck at 10 p.m. Cast your cares away with the Groove Bus this weekend because just like Pop Wallace always says, if it's got tits or tires, you're eventually going to have a problem with it. As always, listen to Shooting from the Lip with Greg and Kevin for more Soul Circus concerts. Love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all.
Live from the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's time for Shooting Stars with your hosts Kevin Hale and Greg Unthank.
What is up? Kevin Hale up in this Shooting from the Lip studio on this Wednesday night, August 24th, 2016, doing it up with my man, Greg Unthank. Greg, where you been, buddy?
Man, I've been a whirlwind. I've just been so busy. Been hard to keep up with things, but I'm here with you tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing okay.
I heard my name, man, on the introduction there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I got that squared away. My man, I got to give a shout out to Micah Hanks, who is a good friend of Tiffany Mack from the Friday show. Micah took care of me there, so
yeah.
You're back in the groove here. You were off last week doing your rehearsing, a band rehearsal.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I had a band rehearsal I had to be at, and got through that, and had another band rehearsal tonight. But this one was a bit earlier, and Sparechange Millionaires tonight, and I was able to walk in the door about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Some social media plugs for us. You can subscribe to our show via iTunes and YouTube, Shooting from the Lip. Twitter is at The Shooting Lip, at Greg_Unthank. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Shooting from the Lip. Live tonight via Blog Talk Radio. We've got a solid little show, Greg. Actually, this arguably, I have to credit, maybe it's a combination of you coming back, our guests. This was the most responded to Facebook post that I've had on this show. So whatever it is, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's great.
We have first guest in the first segment, Bryan Fox, who's good friends with you. You're actually going to be, aren't you playing with them this week, or at KevFest?
Yeah, yeah, I actually play with Bryan Fox and the Good Chiggens, he calls the band. I've played some gigs with them. Started with them about last year. I guess I'm what you would call their live drummer. It's fun, man. He's a good fella, very talented. He's got a second CD will be coming out next month, playing the CD release party. He'll tell us all about that coming up soon, and then we're playing KevFest also. Right. Kevin is actually in the band with us. It's actually, well, he'll tell you all about it. Yeah, Kevin's in the band, and he's contributing to the CD, and yeah.
Yeah, second guest at 10:45 or 10:45-ish, Kevin Manning, who is with Velvet Saints. He's also the guy responsible for heading KevFest 2016. He'll be on to talk Velvet Saints and give us the latest and greatest with KevFest. And then around 11:10, Jake Badger from WildWood's going to come on and promote some weekend gigs that they've got going on. One of them is huge for them. They've got a certain set of eyes that are going to be there, kind of checking them out, eyes and ears, if you will. So, real quick, Greg, you got a gig coming up this Saturday. Share with us what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm playing with my band Sparechange Millionaires. We're playing out at the Millanova Winery, and that's in Mountain Washington. We'll start playing at 7 o'clock, and the dancing will start at about 7:01, and it should last till about 11, I would say. Yeah, it's a cool place, man. We played there last month. It's outside, and they've got a huge patio out there, and inside there, of course, they got the bar, and it's a winery. You can get their wine, and then they've also got other adult beverages and lots of seating, and it's really, really cool. It's a great turnout. I think there's like 300 people there last time, and look forward to more this time. So, yeah, anybody listening and is out that direction, come on out. Mount Washington, Villanova Winery.
I'm going to be pulling some double duty over the week. I'm going to come and check you guys out at the get-go, and I've got my oldest son, my son-in-law, and the grandsons are in town, so I'm going to be hanging with them as well Saturday night. So
yeah, cool.
Busy night for me. So without further ado, let's go on and bring on the man of the first segment, Bryan Fox. Bryan, who also heads up the Good Chiggens, which is a great name. Bryan, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Greg, man, you been practicing or what?
Yeah, buddy, I sure have. And a matter of fact, I did have practice tonight with another band, but I was checking out the new disc on the way there some more.
Nice.
And looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I've got Malcolm Springer actually mixing that, so you have all the rough mixes and stuff, but I'm waiting on him to finish up the new album, and he's just been killing it, so I can't wait for you to hear that as well as everybody else. So
yeah, that's awesome. I was
going to say, why can't the rest of us hear it? But you did say that. I thought it was for Greg only. I mean, Greg is special now. I get that.
Yeah, he is. So
yeah, he is. Well, Bryan, share with us what is the Down and Dirty Bryan Fox bio? How long you been doing the music thing? And
well, I moved to Down and Dirty. Okay, so I got accepted. I was raised in Henderson, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I had a full scholarship for trumpet at Murray State University, and also an academic scholarship, but I couldn't take both, so I went the academic route. At Murray, I kind of really got into guitar and singing and writing, and released a first CD when I was about 21 when I was at Murray. I still never thought I had the chops, to really consider it something I could do, So I got accepted to Louisville Dental School. I came to Louisville, started writing another album, and Hugo Ferreira at the time from Tantric kind of took me in the studio. We did a couple songs. One of those songs ended up being number one hit on LRS at the time, and that was in early 2000s. We formed End of Me, a rock band with Ryan Murphy, Danny Dela Cruz, and we kind of had the Spinal Tap version of a bass player. It kind of went around. So, but we had a song on LRS, and, we thought things were going to happen, and things never happened, and I ended up being a dentist after all, and around age 30 or so, I started, after End of Me broke up, I started doing some country songwriting and been kind of in that genre ever since. So that is definitely a quick, down and dirty music bio. So
let me jump in here real quick, Kevin. Bryan needs to talk about his foundation that he does, his benefit. Bryan, here on Shooting from the Lip, we are all about promoting benefits and helping out with music and, anything that we can do to help kids out. We always like to promote that. Kevin, Bryan has I'll let Bryan explain it to you. Every Halloween, he puts on a function. Bryan, if you could go ahead and tell us what that's all about.
We are on the 6th year of Fox Bash, and that is like a Halloween fundraiser for Smile Train. Smile Train pays for cleft lip and palate repairs for needy children and adults all over the world. My oldest daughter, Dylan, was born with cleft lip and palate. And unrepaired, it can be really just kind of a life-altering kind of condition where in other countries where they're not repaired people are shunned, they're not given an education, and really it's just a very easily fixable thing. You know, we have so many things in our society that aren't fixable, you know, and that's great to donate to a lot of research, but sometimes it's nice to be able to just, you know, have something that feels good about just putting $250 towards it and actually, you know, fixing someone. And that's what Smile Train does. So they have doctors that, you know, volunteer their services, and for $250, that covers the expense of the surgery. So we decided, you know, to kind of pay it forward from, obviously we're in a lucky position in the United States, and with our healthcare that we had, we were able to provide great care for my daughter, who's beautiful, and it has never slowed her down from, you know, day one. So my wife and I decided we pay all the expenses for a big Halloween bash, and we sell tickets to it. And since this is our 6th year, we've probably raised enough money, and I don't know the exact number at the moment, but somewhere before this year, somewhere between 350 and 400 surgeries so far.
Wow.
That we've done with the proceeds from from Fox Bash. So the first year, it started out as about 80 people. It was storming, and we have it at our house pretty much every year. But it was about 80 people in my garage with Jefferson Tark Bus was the first year. And since then, it's grown. This year we have Coolio playing my house. All the ticket spaces were sold out within 4 days. So it's becoming a pretty massive and fun event. So everyone dresses up, and we all have a good time. And we have people that provide shuttle services from my house to get home safely afterwards. And it's just really kind of a monster in itself. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you had Tone Loc there last year.
Yeah, Tone Loc was there last year.
Me? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sellout event last year. It was the first sellout event last year on the fifth Fox Bash. It was sold out last year, but
Coolio,
you know, last
is really
year,
going to be there.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Really
I know you said it's sold out, but you've got, and I don't know if OSHA is you're going to violate OSHA if you bring in any more people, but I think I maybe need to attend this shindig.
Well, man, we'll have to put you on the waiting list. We have about 40 people on the waiting list, and you know the problem is that my wife and I, this year we do have some sponsorships, and which is amazing. We have, oh my gosh, I've got to get my mind straight. You know, we had the first people to step up was Erie Insurance, and they gave us a little bit of money, and then Southern Hospitality, lawn care, came up and really stepped up big for us this year. So, but mainly the problem is that, you know, my wife and I, since we front all the expenses for the party, you know, the more people that walk through that door, you know, even though every bit of their ticket price goes directly to Smile Train, that means more money that my wife and I have to come up with as far as tent rental and beer and liquor and everything else. So, you know, it's all about making sure everyone has a good time and is not too, you know, has plenty of everything for everybody coming. So it's also, you know, before we move on, but Whatever Will is actually having their very last gig is going to be at Fox Bash. So that's really going to be super cool too. And they've been such a staple in the music community, Louisville community, and I'm really excited to see all my friends from that band come up and just rock it out too. So we're excited.
Who's that, Bryan? I didn't hear you. Who was that?
Whatever Will.
Oh, Whatever Will. Okay.
Yeah. So they're
at
having their
KevFest, too.
final. Yeah, they're having their
KevFest,
final performance at our party. So.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Let's without tooting your horn too much, Bryan, your day job obviously is very good to you and has allowed you to engage in this type of activity, and as you say, paying it forward and helping people. That says so much about you, your character, your wife. So much success for that. And if there's anything this show can do to help promote it, just give us a holler. But yeah,
well, thanks.
That's awesome.
I really appreciate it. At this point, I need less help in promoting the party.
Yeah, that's a good point. Less help.
But hey, that's cool. I mean, it's neat. It's just been it's just cool. I mean, it's awesome that we have so many people that that enjoy it so much, and that we're able to have such a good time. I mean, my wife and I used to donate to Smile Train anyway. But we kind of got our heads together and wanted to be able to do that and make it even more impactful as far as the amount of money that we're able to give to Small Trade, and also do it in such a fun way. I mean, it's just become such a fun party for, so many people. And it's a blast, it's just really cool. And I can have a bunch of beer and not have to worry about drive anywhere. I just stumble in the room.
I was getting ready to bring up. I was going to ask you, Bryan, is this something that maybe y'all have entertained the thought of maybe moving it to somewhere bigger where you could bring in more people and make more money, or have you, got that far yet?
Yeah, we've actually tried that one year, and and we had Nappy Roots and Stroke 9 that year, and it was cool. I mean, we had Jefferson Dark Bus as well, but there's something about it. If you haven't been, it's hard to explain, but a house party of that magnitude is there's just something about it that's different than like going to a club and seeing Coolio. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going to a house party and seeing Tone Loc. It's just like, what? But if you say you're going to, some local club around town and seeing it, it's just something's just not quite as special,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now,
I know I played it the year the Predators were there.
What's that?
I was saying I got to play with the Predators the year that they played there a few years back.
Oh yeah, you were there. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, Nappy Roots came on after us. It was cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bryan, there's not too many people. Yeah, there's not too many people that can say my own funky Cold Medina in my garage. That's like.
Yeah, and that's probably a little bit of selfishness on our part. I mean, it's just cool to be like, hey, well, I got to go down to my basement and get Tone Loc so he can come up and play on my driveway. I mean, so
Love
it's definitely. I mean, it's definitely cool, So it's and it's fun because we went on a Kid Rock cruise this year, my wife and I, and he actually was there, and now we saw him, and my wife and I sat around for 3 hours talking to him at a table by ourselves, and every day it was like we hung out in his room, and and he would give us a shout out from the stage, and so it was just really cool. I mean, how we from doing this, we kind of have those connections, and it's all fun. So yeah, absolutely, man. It's just I don't know, and it's kind of hard to not get emotional about it. But I mean, my daughter is just amazing, and she has like so much confidence in the world in front of her. She's so smart and talented. I mean, obviously, can go on, and it's just crazy that for $250 that there's children out there that are like shunned in a corner, that are denied education and denied. I mean, and it's just as easy as that. It's just so. It's just really cool. It's a neat charity, and we're so proud to have been able to be part of it. So
yeah, you should be.
Again,
that's great. I wanted to bring that up. So much that's something that we're big about here.
Yeah, it says so much about your character, Bryan. So.
Well, thanks. I mean, it's what everyone needs to look out for each other.
I know. Yeah, you're right. If we only did just a little bit more, a little bit, it didn't have to be a lot, just a little bit for someone else.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. And, for the record, too, you had Tone Loke giving you a shout out. For me, I've got Greg. When I go to those gigs, he gives me a shout out. So I know where you're coming from, celebrity status wise.
I know. It's so sad when you get sent down to the back of the bar and Greg doesn't notice you. He just kind of looks the other way.
Yeah. Big celebrity I am.
You are a celebrity in town for sure, Greg.
When you say big, do you mean like in size or what do you mean by big?
No, as in, see, why you got to do that to me?
I'm sensitive, right?
I know. Big heart, big looks.
Hey, I'm going to boot camp, man. I'm trying. Okay.
You'll be fine. Now, Bryan, tell us about the Good Chiggens.
Yeah, man. Awesome, man.
Well, the Good Chiggens, it's actually with G's instead of the CK, so it's Chiggens.
Right. Yeah. Chiggens.
That actually came from a saying that Chip Adams always used to say, "Hey, that's good chicken. That's good chicken." And so when I went to those guys, I was like, "Okay, we got to think of a band name," and they're like, "Oh, it's Bryan Fox." And I was like, "It needs to be something and the something," and they're like, "Oh, good chicken." So, but it's Screaming John, John Hawkins, Kevin McCreary, Chip Adams, and none other than Greg Unthank on drums. So I like to think it's pretty talented bunch. So
wow, no doubt.
We always have a good time playing, and it's just amazing to. I mean, for me, it was always just amazing to sit back and watch Kevin and Screaming, go at it and do the solos and it's just, I look around the stage every time we play and it's just like, how in the world did I get up here with these guys? I mean, they're just so talented. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a smoking band. I have a great time playing with you guys, man. I'm glad you called and included me with those fellers and you.
Yeah, man, for sure.
That's A-list guys here in town.
I'm just trying to get some CD credit, man. I'm just trying to get on a song on the CD, man.
You know what? I just now got a drum kit for my studio, so now you're on the next one for sure.
All right, man. I'm gonna hold you to it.
But but this CD's really cool because it's the second fully country CD that I've done, but it's more, I definitely feel like it's more me. It's more, it has that rock, that rock vibe to it a lot more than the first one. And, first one, honestly, I really like it. I'm proud of it. It just seems like at times I felt like I was trying to be a little bit more country than I really am inside. And so this one is just kind of me. And, I don't care if it sounds rock at times. I don't care if it sounds too country at times. It's just, I'm just doing my thing and seeing how it comes out. And a lot of good friends are on the CD playing. I've got, Chip Adams is playing bass on most of it, and Kevin McCreary is playing guitar on most of it, and just really a lot of different people. We have Greg Siebert's playing, some keys on it, and then we have some Nashville players. So just it's kind of a collective group of who was available at the time when I needed a part.
Nice.
It's really cool, man. I'm really, really excited about it. And I have Malcolm Springer, who, did some work with Matchbox 20 and Collective Soul, and he's mixing it. And he's just really putting a cool spin on things, and I think it really, really sounds fresh, and just excited for everybody to hear it. I mean, Greg, as soon as you hear these songs that, you're going to be like, oh my God, are these the same songs that Bryan gave me? So it's really cool.
Yeah, I know the difference it can make, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
For sure.
Cool.
Well, that's
now,
great.
we mentioned KevFest. You guys will be playing at the event.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I mean, it's I'm honored to be a part of it. I know everybody in Louisville wanted to play, but just because, I mean, who doesn't love Kevin McCreary? I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, he, we can talk about, it's cool the music community is pulling together and everything for him, but really, it's because of him. I mean, he's just everybody's buddy. I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard one negative thing about that guy ever said. I mean, you can't, if you know Kevin, I mean, you can't help but to love him. And I mean, I consider him one of my best friends, and I know half the town does too, but, it's.
Kevin was, the first time I ever met Kevin was at the Bryan Fox gig, the first gig I'd done with Bryan. And I'd heard of Kevin, of course, and never met him before, and was excited to play with him. And after we played that night, man, he was, it's like I'd known him all my life.
Absolutely.
One of those guys, once you meet him, man, he's like, man, what a great dude, man. You feel like you're instant buddies, and he's just one of the guys, man. And
and just crazy talented. I mean, I've got 2 songs that I co-wrote with Kevin on this new CD, and one of them I'm doing a full video for is Gasoline, and but it's been so fun to write with him. I mean, he's just so crazy talented. It's just, and he makes it just look so freaking easy. It's just, it's just awesome. I mean, so yeah, we're opening up, I think, on the main stage that day. So if you're there, get there early. We're praying and keeping our fingers crossed that Kevin will be on stage with us. But the main thing is that we're there, and even if we didn't get to play, I'd be paying my entry fee and bringing my whole family and doing everything we can for him. But yeah, we'll be there. We'll be rocking out.
Yeah, I'm got KevFest.com pulled up, and I'm just taking a look at all the bands that are playing.
Amazing.
Amazing, talented people. There's the main stage, the Tequila Room, and the Silo Dome deck. You guys are part of the main stage. Bryan, Kevin Manning from Velvet Saints.
Yeah, of course, sure.
Yeah, he's going to actually be on in the next segment to help or do some more promoting for this event and sharing some Velvet Saints stuff. But I can't wait. This is one of those events, Greg, where I'll gladly show up early because there is going to be so much music there, and good people. Good people to hang out with, and several of these people I've noticed that they've been on our show recently too. So I'm looking forward to meeting some of these people. Cool.
Yeah, I mean it's just crazy, and I'm sure. I mean, I've talked to Kevin Manning a lot about it, and I think he was just so overwhelmed with. I mean, everybody came forward and wanted to play. I mean. Just because, it's just in a situation where you feel like, it's just like, what in the world? A lot of times we just don't, there's not much we can do, and every opportunity we have to try to do something. And it's just like I said, Kevin is so loved in this town. I'm sure every musician that caught wind of it was just dying to play, just to do anything they could, in a situation where we just pray and wait and hope that, hope for positive outcomes and things like that. Yeah. So, but, the main thing is, even, and the bands that didn't get to play, show up, pay the entry fee and come out and hang out. It's definitely it's definitely not something that egos need to get hurt or anything, because it's all about Kevin and raising some money for him. So
I know Kevin Manning put up a thing on Facebook explaining, to everybody how he was so overwhelmed with the response and how so many bands had volunteered their time if they were to be called upon, they would be gladly do it. And of course he had just the spots to fill, and I'm sure that any band that did not get chosen, I'm sure they understand, and I know I'm sure one of the bands I was with, and we all understand and we all support. So, and that's what it's all about. It's about supporting, no matter if you're playing or showing up, and however you can support and to help someone out like this, man. That's what it's all about.
And what's cool too, Greg, and you and I have talked about this on previous shows, where Kevin's a lot of years doing his thing, so fucking talented, and the bands who've been around are stepping up and doing the right, doing their thing. But I noticed there's several younger acts too that are part of this too. That says something to me that they know the guy, they want to be part of this event, and the name Kevin McQuarrie is like is so positive here in town, and he's a genuinely. I've met him a couple times. He's a same thing. I think I met him at a Radiotronic gig, and it's within 5 minutes, it's like we had been buddies for 5 years, and genuinely sweet man. Yeah, so
yeah, for sure. There's no better. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, So Greg, man, you got to get practicing. Don't want you slacking on this gig.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be practicing this Saturday, Greg, right? In a sense.
What's that?
Yeah.
You'll be practicing / playing this Saturday, so you'll keep your chops up.
Yeah. I played last Saturday. I got to play with the Rigby's, which is a Beatles tribute band.
Oh wow!
We played. Cool. Yeah, I mean they're awesome. I mean they always play the festival downtown every year, and I mean they're great musicians. I mean it's like you close your eyes and you think you're hearing the Beatles, and and then I played at church Sunday, so I've been keeping my chops up, Bryan. So
my daughter's name, my youngest is named after Sgt. Pepper, so we're obviously some big Beatles fans too.
Oh, yeah. You need to go check. Yeah, you need to go check the Rigby's out, man. They play around here all the time. They're excellent. Excellent.
I will. I'll put that on my to-do list for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Bryan, this is before we let you go. I do this thing called Round of Shots. It's a quick Q&A thing. Just have fun with it. Get to know you a little better. First concert you attended?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be probably some nerdy high school band, kind of from. You mean like actual rock?
Billy Ray
Cyrus is really gonna
paying it? Were you paid to go? What?
Everybody knows this answer to this question, and I just why am I stumbled on this? I don't know. Maybe Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza with Rage Against the Machine and Alice in Chains. Maybe.
Oh wow,
that was amazing.
Nice.
I mean, that was definitely the big first memorable one.
For sure.
When playing a gig, Bryan, what would be a pet peeve during one of your gigs?
At a smaller show, if people are talking loudly and not listening to the music.
Be respectful to the artist, please.
Yeah,
especially being an original artist. I think being playing original songs, you really get annoyed by that.
Right.
If you could choose one superpower, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Power to heal. How about that? That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you got a pretty good gift with your hands already. You know, the day job, the music thing.
I can,
yeah. Do you have like ninja skills too, Bryan?
No, I don't think I could pass the ninja exam.
Okay.
No, but he did dress up as Macho Man Randy Savage for Halloween
That's
that
true.
night that I was at. And he looked exactly like the Macho Man. I mean,
yeah, I channeled.
His butt was kicking in the tights. I'm telling you.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you have Miss Elizabeth with you at that time?
I did. My wife was
Yes,
Miss Elizabeth. Yes.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go. That's complete. Yeah.
Only thing missing was the Slim Jim.
Slim.
I ate all the Slim Jims before the party started.
Bryan, what's your favorite phone app?
My favorite phone app is probably my guitar tuner app.
Oh yeah.
Very handy.
And if you what's the one song that you at this time of your illustrious career just refuse to play? Freebird?
Like a cover tune?
Yeah, probably.
I'm against Freebird. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
I do Freebird. Screaming John wouldn't allow me to do Freebird if he was a member.
No.
Maybe Cumbersome. That'd be one that I would not.
Really?
Want to do.
Okay.
Everybody does that.
All right, last one. If you had access to a time machine and could go anywhere in the past, your living past or pre-birth past, where would you go?
Ooh, wow, that's deep. Maybe to Woodstock. That sounds really fun. I feel like a fun answer instead of like trying to prevent some assassination or something. Let's do Woodstock.
That's a popular one.
Is it?
Yeah. People like to go back to. A lot of the musicians like to go back to the 60s, early 70s. They feel like that's the time that, some of the best music was made, and might like to be around for that. So, yeah, it's pretty popular.
I don't know if I'd be able to get back in the time machine after being at Woodstock again, but it'd be fun to see it.
Yeah, there was a little bit going around.
Our next guest, actually, I've turned his mic on, and he's going to ask you one more round of shot question. Mr. Manning,
okay,
you got something for Bryan?
Fox.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Kev?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing good,
all right,
man.
What is your favorite quick story, your favorite time with Kevin McCreary? Wildest story.
Oh, nice.
Oh, gosh. Man, I don't know if this is a wild. I'm sure there's a lot of wild stories.
Yeah, I know there is. I'm sure there is.
You can go TMZ on here, Bryan. You could.
I'll tell you the most recent. I'll tell you the most recent one, and that's we my wife and I drove to North Carolina to see him play with Cracker, and man, we tore it up. This is a few weeks ago, and I mean, it was in the most hillbilly town. I mean, it was just like the weirdest place ever, like Twin Peaks kind of town, and
I saw your wife's post saying that they were crazy, that they looked at y'all like y'all from outer space. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But we kind of went to this really hole-in-the-wall karaoke bar, and he and I did some karaoke. But this we got we tore it up that night for sure. It was a good time.
Cool.
Here's a Kevin McCreary story. This is from way back. So End of Me gets invited to a showcase in New York for about 6 labels back in the day. And so I go to rent this 15-passenger van, and come to find out, I'm the only one that's allowed to drive it. So, we load up in the 15-passenger van with, all our stuff, and I drive straight from Louisville to New York City. And we get there about around 11 or so at night. And I mean, I'm just I get out of the bus and lay on the concrete, just oh my God, I can't believe we made it, Well, Kevin McCreary says, dude, you going to New York, man? I want to hop along, I want to ride with you. So he comes along, and the next night, we do our showcase. Intimate does our showcase, and so that night I'm like, I'm a singer, and it's like, I'm like exhausted. I'm like, I'm gonna do the responsible thing. I'm gonna go to the hotel room, take a sleeping pill, and get some good night's sleep so I can sing good tomorrow. Well, Kevin's like, hey, by the way, I snore a little bit, and I'm like, dude, that's okay. I'm taking a sleeping pill. You guys go out, hit the town. I'm gonna go back to the room and I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna be so out of it, I won't even hear it. So I get all cozied up in bed and I'm just waiting for it to start. I start drifting off to sleep, and then Kevin comes in the room, lays down, and within 45 seconds, it was like that sleeping pill turned into, crystal meth or whatever. I don't even know. I was so wide awake the whole night listening to this guy snore. I've never heard anybody snore like that.
I heard he snores unbelievably loud.
It was insane. I did not sleep that entire night. It was, you talk about a superpower that he had. That was his superpower. Somebody must have given him that choice, and he chose that.
This must be before he got a CPAP machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've
got a CPAP.
I do too. Yeah.
I could put that.
That's fun.
We need. I'm gonna do a little quick copy. This soundbite right here for McCreary and send it to them, and it's our little way of showing him some love tonight. Just this little story.
I'm sure he'll love that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll love that.
Yeah, but we've had a lot of good times, man. He's just the best. That's all there is you can say about him. He's everybody's best friend, because everybody loves that guy.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Bryan, before I let you go, share with us all your social media. How can everyone connect with you?
Really, Bryan Fox on Instagram, and look me up on Facebook and friend request me, and that's about all I really do. I don't do a Twitter thing or anything like that. I don't have really a band page or anything, but I might be looking at that. I don't know. BRYANFOX.
Got it. Bryan, you came on and killed it, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Hey,
thanks for coming on, Bryan.
Yeah,
appreciate it,
Kevin, man.
I'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
Bryan, I'll meet you at the KevFest. Yes.
Yep,
yeah, man, for sure.
Bryan,
all right, bro.
Bryan's playing KevFest, so.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, thanks a lot for having me.
All right, we'll see you, buddy.
Bye.
Bryan Fox, the good Chiggens. He'll be, as he said, Greg, he's going to be opening up on the main stage at KevFest. So get to meet him. But let's go on and.
What a great rock star name, though, Bryan Fox.
It is, man.
Name. It's a great name.
It's real name too.
Yeah, but I didn't realize his wife's name was Ryan. And I thought it was a joke at first. I was like, no way. The chances of that, Bryan and Ryan, really? Come on.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, speaking of
that's like a power couple, man. They're a power couple.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, anybody that can do Macho Man and Elizabeth, that's power couple material, Greg.
Yeah, no doubt. If you can pull that off.
Well, Mr. Manning, glad you could join us tonight. Lead singer of Velvet Saints. You are responsible for heading up KevFest 2016. Tell us about, first of all, before we get into KevFest, we've talked about that. Share with us you and Velvet Saints. What's up with you guys?
Well, I mean, since Kevin's our guitar player, things have kind of, they're not really on hold. I guess they're kind of in hold just to see, I mean, my main focus right now is KevFest because, it's coming up in September, and it's a lot putting on a benefit. I've never done it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I surrounded myself with a bunch of people that do know what they're doing and are phenomenal. So they're pretty much carrying the weight. I say I brought the football to the field and said, let's play a game, but I don't know how to play it. So, you know, and everybody else knew. So they've been great. I mean, I guess it was my idea. I might have started it, but everybody else is really doing all the work. I mean, I'm doing what little I can, you know, here and there to try to help things, but it's really a group effort. I mean, and Velvet Saints is, you know, we're supposed to play in England in November if the contracts come through. But I don't know where all that, we're kind of, you know, we're in limbo a little bit right now. So this kind of took everybody, you know, back a little bit. So more important to get him healed. So his life's more important than a band. So it's more, you know, we need to get him squared away first, and then we'll worry about us. So
yeah.
So that's for that stand.
Greg.
Hey, what's up, Greg?
No, man, just doing this thing here, and of course I'll be playing with Bryan with the KevFest, and looking forward to that. And you know, Kevin Hale and I were talking a couple weeks ago that, you know, being that this thing is coming up soon, we're going to try to bring on a guest that's associated with the KevFest every week onto the show. That way we can keep it fresh in everyone's mind. And
yeah, that's great. And I can get you in touch with everybody in my, because I put together kind of a core group of people, and you know, I'm sure that each one of them would be more than happy to come on and say their 2 cents on all this, and because it's a great thing. I mean, it's going to be awesome, actually. I mean, I honestly think it's going to be the biggest benefit for a musician ever in Louisville. We have every big band. Yeah, we have every big band in the city who draws a big crowd. You know, here, and it's all about making money for Kevin. I mean, that's my whole goal. So
absolutely.
Now, for selfish reasons, okay, man, I would have liked to seen Velvet Saints on the ticket.
Well, there's a chance we might have to play a song because apparently there's some rule about for it to be all ages in the concert hall that a signed band has to play, and so there's a chance we might play a song, probably with Radiotronic, because Radiotronic is mostly Velvet Saints. I mean,
right.
3 of them are in Velvet Saints, so you know, we might jump up and play one before Radiotronic starts. So
okay,
there's a chance of that. And originally we were gonna play it as a band, but then when Dark Side of the Wall said that they were willing to do it, I mean, dude, there's no egos here. I mean, yeah, would I like for my band to play? Yeah, it'd be great, it'd be fun, but Dark Side of the Wall is going to pull in so many more people than Velvet Saints are, and you know, they're much more well known than we are, and this is about bringing in people, and that's what it's about. So, you know, I'll take a backseat to that any day of the week. So,
you know, we were talking earlier about the acts, the bands that are playing, and I was sharing with Greg and Bryan that there's a nice mix. You got bands that have been at it for many years, very talented people, and then you got some young acts, you know, like in Olivia Hinken and, you know, WildWood's playing.
Yeah.
Well,
they're kind of the big country band, and you know, around. So yeah, I mean, we wanted to spread it around a little bit. That was the thing. There were so many bands wanting to play it, which was way cool. And it was hard for me to pick because of the fact that, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you know, and you know, everybody was way cool about it. The bands in Louisville were great. Nobody everybody's like, I totally understand. There were no egos, which was great. Because, bands can have egos sometimes, and not in this, not for Kevin. Everybody was like, all for Kevin, whatever it takes. I mean, there were guys that wanted to play it that are like, that's cool, we'll not play it, but we're going to be there to help break down the stage and blah, 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 which, that's all that needs to be done. So, yeah, there were so many bands. If I would have put every band that wanted to play, we would have had to make this like a week-long festival. I mean, so, and this one day is hard enough, so.
Your own little Lollapalooza or whatever.
I mean, dude, I'm serious. This is something that it's really, even Baxter's, Nick over at Baxter's, there's going to be an after party after this. At Baxter's.
Yeah.
And Nick has been freaking great. Jarrett at Diamonds, Off the Chain, great. It's just every single human being who's dealt with it. It's amazing to me to see how many nice human beings are walking around, honestly. Because I'm not, I don't view people like that usually, and it's amazing to actually see that many good human beings walking around that don't want anything, that are giving so much of their time and really
it says a lot about
everything else.
Yeah, it says a lot about Kevin McCreary. So I mean, or as they were, Bryan and Greg were saying, what's not nice, there's nothing you can not say nice about him. And
well, it's like I've spent a ton of time with him, and I've told him, I'm like, dude, you put out good karma, and now it's coming back at you. So
exactly. And go ahead, Greg.
No, finish up, buddy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, you've talked to him lately. How, with what you can say, how is he doing right now?
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be in the spirits that he's in. That guy, he loves life. Kevin McCreary loves living. It's funny, we talked about the other day, simple thing, coffee. We were talking about coffee, and he's explaining how he likes this coffee and what flavors it has. And I'm like, dude, like, you actually taste coffee? And he's just like, oh, God, I savor it. And I'm like, I just down it just to get the caffeine buzz. I don't, one would taste the same as the other. Yeah, but, I mean, he, and wines, it's different wine. He just savors life, every little thing. And it's been a learning experience for me. I mean, I think it's supposed to, this is supposed to have been something that I'm actually getting out of it that I never would have thought I would. But, it's learning to slow down and kind of savor things a little bit better. So,
right.
Yeah.
Someone actually, this is one of my kids. It might have been my 14-year-old that told me this. Said something along the lines like, Dad, for everything you like to do, take 2 seconds and think about what you just did, and you'll enjoy it more. And I was like, first I was like,
14-year-old.
Yeah, I was like, Jacqueline,
sure.
What did you just tell me? I'm like, and then I'm like, wow, that was pretty deep. But she's right, and I get that.
Kids are amazing, man.
I'm getting ready. My next birthday, I'll be 50. So I'm very realistic that I'm on the back end of my life. So every little breath, every little step, every little visual, I do try to take it in just a little bit more, and got to, and then, but you got guys like K-Mac who's probably have been doing it all his life.
Oh, he's been doing it forever. Yeah, he's been doing it forever.
And so then that makes me jealous. I'm like, God, he's got he's taking life so much more serious than what I have, for probably the front end of my life. And but yeah, this gig, I mean,
he's doing well though. I mean, I think he's handling his spirits are up. I mean, he's handling it well. So
is the
without
going in? Yeah, and the support is obviously there. Is things? I mean, can we say what's the future like for him? Is he in? Things are looking good for him, or what can we?
Well, I mean, he's only had one round of chemo, and he was having. But the thing was, I mean, the positive out of that is he was having trouble. I don't think you get mad at me telling you this, but he was having trouble eating solid foods for a long time. And now lately, he's been able to eat solid foods without a problem, without pain, and so that, that's a good thing. I mean, you got to keep your weight up, and I'm sure it's, it's a big boost to be able to eat something that's not blended down into a smoothie, So, so yeah, I mean, I think that has helped a lot. I mean, he's got another round of chemo coming up, so, but just one step at a time, man. One step at a time.
Do you think after that event, he's going to have like a mouthful of cavities for all the sweetness he's going to be enduring that day? I mean, it's like at a certain point, it's going to be like, ugh, God, everyone loves him. Like, stop.
Yeah, but he's so humble about it all. That's what's funny. I mean, but yeah, he's a pretty humble dude as far as that goes. I mean, and he's a phenomenally funny individual. So he's got a great sense of humor, which, he uses constantly.
Let me ask something I noticed, Kevin, and just out of curiosity, do you guys have any type of raffles or anything like that going on? Because I know that usually at benefits there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of silent auctions. Yeah, we're doing silent auctions. Okay. We're getting all that together. There are restaurants, hair removal places. There's guitars. Brian Fox got a bass, signed bass, that he's getting. I think he's getting something else. I'm not sure. But Brian Fox is, I mean, he probably don't want me telling you this, but he donated a buttload of money, and he him and his wife have went up just way out of the way to do all kinds of stuff. So, class guy.
Brian's the real deal, man.
But all Kevin's friends are. I mean, Chip, Adam. I mean, all those guys are just, BP. They're all great guys. I mean, they're just all his friends. He surrounds himself with good people. That's the one thing that I've noticed that, and it's funny because some of these people I've known, because I've been in bands, forever, but I was never a social butterfly with the band thing. There are band members that I've known and there's known me, but we've never really communicated until this year. And it's like, wow, I kind of missed out because they're great guys. And I just, I wasn't really open to that. And he surrounded himself with these people his whole life. So
I'm curious.
If someone wants to want to go ahead and donate something for a silent auction, is there someone to get in touch with about that?
Yes.
With you?
Yes.
Okay.
You
so if anybody contacts us,
give them my cell number, and I will even come pick it up. You don't have to move a muscle. So
nice.
All you got to do is say you're doing it, and I will come get it. So I went out today getting some from a few restaurants today. So
okay. Well, we'll continue to spread that word. Like we said, we're going to keep talking about it until the day of. So we'll continue to spread that word about that.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Shirley's Way, I want to throw this out there. Shirley's Way has been partnering with us. It's a nonprofit, and they have been phenomenal helping us out with this whole event. And if you go to KevFest.com, you'll see all the information about the show. But then at the bottom, there's a donate, which actually goes to Shirley's Way, and when you donate there, it goes directly into a fund for KevFest. It goes directly for Kevin. So,
fortunately for us, or luckily for us, we've been able to work with Shirley's Way for several events.
Right.
Who is that?
Great.
Is that Mike Maroney? Mike Maroney? Is that Mike?
Mike and Wes, and then
they're
Marie's
good
the
people.
CPA. They're phenomenal people.
They are first class, and what they do is incredible. So All right, Kev, before we let you go, what is next up for you guys? I know because you got your own music, and I'm ready
to. Saints,
yeah.
We're getting ready to finish the video for the second single, which is Shadows. Once that's done, then the second single will be released along with that. So that's kind of the next step we're at. So
cool.
That's where we're headed.
I actually was on the chatting it up with you guys with Stephen Clark. I didn't realize that he had directed your video.
Devil.
What was it? The Devil.
Devil.
Yes.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was over the top. I'm like, that's straight out of Stephen Clark's mind.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's definitely Stephen Clark. But he is he's so freaking talented. It's sick.
Oh,
yeah,
he's talented.
He's been like
I'm a huge fan
of
his music. Yeah, huge fan of the Ass Hollers. So, and actually, my Monday and Wednesday intro music is courtesy of Stephen Clark, the Ass Hollers, and now my Friday music, Greg, is Kevin Manning has given me permission to use the song "Dead" from the latest CD. So that's my Friday night music. So
that's a freaky song, isn't it?
It is. I love it. I dig
knowing their music, I know it would fit into the thing.
It would. Yeah, it's my whole paranormal thing. So, all right, Kevin Manning. Between now and the September 18th, I will definitely reach out to you because we'll like to get you back on and give us the latest and greatest updates as we get closer to this. Because you're right. This may be the biggest fundraiser event in the Louisville area in a long time. And
I think so. I mean, for a musician, a benefit for a musician, I think it's going to be just through the roof. So
right. Hey, we'll do our part to promote it. I know, Greg, you're going to be playing with Bryan as well, and there's a lot of
glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, Mr. Manning.
Yeah, it's $20 to get in, and then there's going to be $100 VIP section that's like limited to like 60 people. So the first 60 people that get that, so then there'll be
and the after party,
and food,
the
t-shirts, food, the after parties at Baxter's.
Cool.
Yeah, so it should be a blast. From Paris is playing the after party, so.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. All right, man.
Well, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We'll stay in touch, and you need anything, holler at me, but we'll connect with you soon.
Thanks, bro. You guys have a good one.
See you, Kev.
All right. Take care, Kev.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
Kevin Manning, Velvet Saints, leading the charge for KevFest 2016. When it comes to original music, Greg, the local scene, actually our next guy, I'm going to bring him, when we bring him on, Jake Badger, WildWood, he did a cool Facebook post, and I'm going to ask him to share that too. He's going to talk some gigs that they've got coming up. WildWood's part of KevFest. WildWood is just huge in the Louisville area with the whole country music thing, and they're a very talented band. And but he had a Facebook post, and I'm gonna let him talk about that. But again, and I'm gonna turn his mic on now. And Jake, you with us?
What's up?
Jake. Hey man, Greg and Kevin here.
Greg, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Oh, looks like. Hold on, Greg I think Greg dropped. We'll talk. But he'll call back in. You are playing. WildWood's playing KevFest. We had Brian Fox on, who the first segment, him and his band, the Good Chiggens, will be opening up at KevFest. Kevin Manning, Velvet Saints, who is leading the charge for this event. And then, Jake, you're on with representing WildWood, and you're part of an event that it's going to be huge. How did you all connect with these guys to be part of it?
Of course, half of my guys, as far as Kevin Cummings, Stacy, we've all known Kevin for years, and as soon as word got out about what he had going on with him, I think everybody in the music scene, we all knew what we had to do, and once the wrenches started turning, we made sure that we were going to be involved in helping one of our local brothers, helping him out, and and doing what we can, and to see the lineup. When we confirmed, there was like 3 or 4 people, 3 or 4 groups on, and they were huge. I was like, man, this is going to be a huge show. And then the list kept growing and growing, and I was like, holy shit, this is going to be the biggest local show ever.
Yeah. And, Greg's back. Greg, you with us? Greg.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Hey, what's up, Jake?
What's up, brother?
Just beating them around, man, beating the drums.
Yeah. I hear
that. But yeah, this, and let's give credit to where credit's due. When it comes to the country music vibe here locally, Jake, you guys are either at the top or right there near the top. And something that you posted on Facebook, and I thought it was the coolest thing, and I could tell it came from the heart. You guys are incorporating a lot of original music. I mean, I'm actually starting to see you guys as more of an original band than a cover band, and to me that's a good thing. If I had my preference, I'd rather go to a gig and not know the words to a song, but just feel it. And your all's music resonates with me. Your original music resonates with me. But you posted something
Appreciate that.
a few days ago. Yeah, you posted something a few days ago, talking about how tough it is for, in this case, your band WildWood, who is starting to veer towards the original sound, to get gigs, outside of I guess in the regional area. But share with us your Facebook post, the purpose of the post, and then kind of the responses that you were getting.
Well, I grew up playing rock, and it was way different back then. Everybody did original music, and there was like 4 or 5 bands on a bill. Everybody played for 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We didn't make any money. We just went out and we played. We practiced all week, writing songs, and then we went out and played them on the weekend. And when I entered the country scene, it was a completely different ballgame. Now you're playing 4 hours. Everybody wants to play covers, and that's fine. And after a while, for me, it gets old. I've always liked to write our own music, and that's what WildWood has strived to do ever since day one. Is push original music, and we never wanted to be a cover band. We're an original band that plays covers, and now we're grown. We've grown over the past couple of years here in Louisville, and we want to start branching out into other cities, and we're just kind of hitting roadblocks. People are telling us, I looked up your stuff, and all I'm seeing is your originals. Do you all play any covers? We want a cover band. And then what really lit a fire under my ass to make that post was venues are telling us, you guys sound great and stuff, but you've never played here, so we don't really know what the numbers are going to be, so we're not really interested.
Yeah, what kind of following you going to bring? How many people are you going to bring into the club?
And which, I understand, they have a business to run, and they have money to make and all that stuff. But, the whole original, we can go out, we can play 4 hours of covers if need be. Are we going to throw some of our originals in there? Absolutely. But for them to be like, yeah, we'd love to give you all a shot, but you've never played here, and I don't know what you're going to bring, so we can't give you a shot. Like, all we're asking for is an opportunity. Like, we don't expect to go out of town to a venue that doesn't know who we are, never heard of us, don't know us personally or anything. They're going off of a little press kit that we have, and we don't expect to make the money that we do here in Louisville, and we don't expect to pack the house our first night. You know, we're willing to bite the bullet just to get a foot in the door, and and people aren't as apt to, you know, just go out and take a chance on somebody new, and even with a cover band, they're like, well, I'm not going to book a cover band that's from out of town that's not going to bring anybody when I can bring a local cover band and fill the place up. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that,
I can see where you're coming. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Greg. No, go, Greg.
Yeah, I was going to say I can see where you're coming from, Jake, because I do both. I've always done the cover thing, but within the past year, I've gotten involved in an original band, and we're wanting to start playing now, and I can see the roadblocks that you're talking about. If you want to play a club, well, you got to play the whole night. You got to play 4 hours or 3 hours. Well, we're an original band. This particular original, we don't have cover material to cover 3 hours. We just want to show you our original music. So you're kind of stuck to looking for a venue that only caters to the original music, and then sometimes you have to team up with other bands, to get the whole night in with other bands even. So it's a different animal than just going out and playing covers. And then if you do play the covers, like you said, they expect you to bring in their crowd. They expect you to bring in your crowd and fill up their bar when it's their job to promote their club. That's what I've always said.
Right.
And
you've
got to have a following, but you got to start somewhere. Somebody's got to give you a chance to build a following.
Mm-hmm. I'll throw this out, and one of a local band, Van Whalen, for instance. Now, I know from what I understand, they went to Nashville and opened up for a Nashville band that they buddied up with. And then they returned the favor here in town. Is that a common thing, Jake and Greg, that, maybe, when you want to go to, some city regionally, that if you had a connection with another act that you can get in on that, open up for them, and just because, in a sense, you're relying on that other band to fill the
sounds like a good idea. I've never heard of it before, but it sounds like a good idea.
It's very common, and that's what I've been trying to do with a number of artists. Jericho Woods, for example, I'm bringing them back.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing with us this Saturday.
They're amazing.
Yeah, man, great group of guys, and super talented. Love having an opportunity to play, to share the stage with them, and that's really what I've kind of turned my focus on the past couple. I guess the last half of this year is I've tried to put together shows where, it's not 4 hours of cover songs or, these 4-hour gigs, because any musician will tell you 4-hour shows suck. Like, nobody wants to do that shit. Like, we do it, it's fun when you first started doing it. After a while, it's like, damn, this shit's getting old. So I started building these shows where, whether we have an hour opener or we're just splitting the bill in half. And I'm real fortunate for venues like Baxter's and the County Line and Diamonds to allow us to do that, because a lot of them, they we want our 4-hour covers, don't play originals, and be sure to bring all kinds of people out, and we're going to make one post about it a week before and not really push it. And that shit, it gets old after a while. So I'm trying to help turn the music scene around, with events like we did with Eddie Ray's benefit last year, the Country for the Kids, and even KevFest. I mean, just an opportunity for all of us to play together and it not be 4 hours, and you have, originals and covers, mixed in. I think it's a good mix. So we're trying to resource out to other bands, in Cincinnati and Indianapolis, Nashville. It kind of, I look at some of the other scenes, like especially the rap game, like everybody is just a big competition. Everybody's against each other, and there's still some of that like in every genre. But I feel like if we work together instead of trying to compete, like we can do so much more.
Yeah, you can talk the bands into it. It's just hard to talk the bar owners into it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when this that example I use with Van Walen, from what I gathered from him, it worked well. Now, here's the truth. The problem is when the band came here, and it was at, you mentioned the venue, and I don't want to go into that, but they opened up for Van Walen, and it wasn't clear. I'm there listening to the band, but there was people who were quote unquote Van Walen fans who didn't realize there was an opening act, not getting into it. So there was that miscommunication. But yeah, I guess my thing is that if, with you guys, Jake, you're following right now, and I've been to several WildWood gigs. You wouldn't have to here in town, here in the Louisville, Indiana area, Kentuckiana area. You could get away with playing your originals, and you would leave your crowd, your audience, your support very happy, because that's how I've come to know you. And and thus, with that said, you got guys, people, your fans are putting so much trust into your own music. I would think that the same core base would appreciate you bringing in some act outside of town that does the same, kind of thing, promote their local music or their original music. Now, but what I want to ask you is that, we had Monday night, I had Jessica Tyler on, and she's local DJ here. Now, is that somebody that can help point you all in a direction? I mean, I'm not trying to call her out, and I don't want if there's, I don't. But my point is that she's country music, and she obviously has resources throughout the regional area. I mean, can you rely on, or not rely, but can you go to her or someone like that and say, point us in a direction where you know that we could go? Because she's aware of you guys. She knows you guys.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's funny that you ask, because Jess is secretly part of the WildWood team, and
which is not a secret anymore.
Which is not a secret anymore. Yeah. Jess is an awesome friend of mine, and over the past couple of years, I've met a lot of great people at Q, and they've all become really good friends of mine. Jess being one of them. And, she's been in the business a long time, and she knows freaking everybody, and she's seen the in and out. She's seen the one-hit wonders, the people that's been successful. She's talked to the managers, the who's who, and like she's given us a ton of great information. And, she's helping us out anywhere she can. And like, it's not like the old days where I can like, hey, here's our CD, throw one of our tracks on in between, one of, your shift or something. Like the radio is so complicated nowadays, and like they have to have a certain amount of plays, and it's kind of all pre-programmed, and it's just a different world. But there are stations that will play the guys that aren't attached to a label and the local people, so to speak. 105.5 down in E-Town with Gator Glass, like those guys are phenomenal, huge supporters of local guys. Froggy, stations like that are kind of hanging on and surviving because they have that kind of local mentality still, because a lot of the big name stations have kind of gotten away from that. But it's definitely nice to have people like Jess on our team. Like, we're very fortunate, and she's definitely pointing us in the right directions. It just takes time.
I like Jess.
Trying to fight through these roadblocks.
Yeah, some I've noticed too as well, Jake. Or actually, I have not noticed. That's probably the best words to say. You were given a shooting from the lip shirt, but I've yet to see that posted on your Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. Do you plan on doing something? Whatever.
I'm actually wearing it right now.
Whatever. You know what? If you are after this call, you go live on Facebook for 20 seconds, giving us a shout out. I'll call you out.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will do that.
But
I wore it to practice tonight.
Oh, that's sweet. Jake, I love Jake. Now you got a gig coming up this Saturday, and there's, as I mentioned earlier, I was sharing with Greg. I said there's going to be some certain eyes and ears that are going to be involved in the audience. Is that something you can share or talk about? If so, go for it.
I don't want to get into too many details about it, but
okay, all right.
We just have some people coming out to watch us, and it could lead to a lot more opportunities for us outside of Louisville, and that's really what we're aiming for. We love our city, but we feel like we've kind of, ran our course here. We want to expand, and you definitely have to have a good team and have some connections to get out of here. And we're trying to take it to the next level. And if all goes well Saturday night, this will definitely be a huge step in that direction.
Very cool. That's
so
it.
We're asking,
Baxter's 942, right? Saturday.
Yep. Baxter's. We love playing there. It's one of our favorite venues. It's kind of our home away from home. Nick Nowinski's always so good to us when we go there. He's like my brother. I love the guy to death, and the staff there, they always take great care of us. And not to mention we have Jericho Woods coming out. If you haven't seen those guys, phenomenal, great dudes. They're from Southern Kentucky, and those guys have been really hitting the nail on the head, just playing all over and doing a lot of great stuff. And of course we have the world famous Uncle Bob running town. So
nice.
Everybody's gonna sound good, that's for sure.
Very cool. So Saturday, Baxter 942, WildWood
8 to 11.
Special guest Jericho Woods.
Yep.
And then
share the flyer with your friends.
Yeah, exactly. And then just looking ahead, I'm sure you and I will be talking. We talk routinely, but looking ahead, WildWood will also be part of KevFest 2016, which is September 18th at Diamonds Hall. Yep. You guys are, Jake.
And,
you guys are.
Yeah, right before that, we're doing the Highlands Fest, and then we got KevFest. So all kind of festivals going on. It's gonna be fun, and also playing in Fort Thomas with Brother Osborne and the Kentucky Headhunters. So that'll be a good show. Looking forward to that one.
Very cool. All right, Jake. Again, wish you luck. We'll be probably seeing you this weekend. Hope that gig Saturday turns out well for you. So you know how to reach me as you need me, and do your shooting from the lip pajama T-shirt.
For sure,
for the
man.
ladies.
As always, appreciate
for the ladies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Need a shooting for the lips thong, and we'll do like a Red Hot Chili Peppers, the old school. There we go.
I like that. We need to work on that. Yes, let's do that. Nice. All right, Jake.
But yeah, man. As always, appreciate what you guys do, and thank you so much for having us on.
Oh yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Greg, be good,
right,
man.
Take care.
Yeah, man. Good luck with the gig, buddy. Hope it goes well.
Thanks, man. Hope to see
Jake.
you guys Saturday night.
Yeah, take care.
Later.
Jake Badger, WildWood. They got, as Jake deemed, a very important gig Saturday, Greg, where it appears they're going to have some people in the crowd that could elevate them to the next level. So let's hope that works out for them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Jake has got a rock star name as well.
Jake Badger.
Yeah, that's kind of like a rock star name. We were talking about Brian Fox having a cool name,
Yeah.
Jake Badger. I mean, that's
What about
two
Greg
animals
Unthank?
right there.
The fox and a bear. Oh yeah.
You know, come on.
Yeah, I like that. There's always a first here on this show, right?
Right.
This was a nice flowing show. I mean, first segment, Brian Fox, really good stuff. And it just seemed like it was, in a sense, it was almost a Kevin McCreary love fest, but that's okay. It's the guys.
It was a gear up show. We're gearing up.
Yeah. So, and you're right. It's a kind of a countdown show. And I think that should be what we need to do is, the guests that come on from this point on, they should be part of that gig. So we need to find who these guests are and get them on. And we'll be talking Kevin McCreary every show until the gig.
At no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.
Hey, what's going on? This is Greg with Sparechange Millionaires. This Saturday night, we will be at Millanova Winery. That's in Mount Washington. We will be starting at 7 o'clock. Come on out, drink some wine, drink some more adult beverages, dance your face off, do some more drinking, sweating. It's a nice place. It's always a good crowd, always a fun time. Hope to see you out there. Again, that's in Mount Washington, Millanova Winery, Sparechange Millionaires. Yep.
Don't matter what you say, I can't handle this shit. Every time I try, I get my ass kicked. Well, your conscience speaks, so take the persuasion. You're headed for hell where the devil is waiting. Every time I close my eyes, I can picture my demise. Hello, agony. Hello, agony. Hello, agony. My faith begins to break. Don't know how much I can take. Hello, agony. Hello, agony. Hello, agony. I lose everything in life. I always get screwed. I don't know where to turn. I don't know what to do. Well, the soldiers are coming and they're waging the war into a world you're not welcome to anymore. So how should I do it? I'm ready to fly. You don't know who I am. You don't care if I die. I don't care if you die, but you're headed home. 6 feet under the painted way forever roam. Every time I close my eyes, I can picture my demise. Hello, agony. Hello, agony. Hello, agony. My this away. Falling down at the end of the day. It's not how hard we work, it's how hard we play. Yeah, get up. Broken down and falling apart, a little more every day. Don't know if I can keep up, continue to live this way. It's not right to work so hard for so little pay. I just wanna quit and give up, man, this job is lame. It's alright, yeah, I'm okay. Words are weak, so I could act this way. Falling down at the end of the day. It's not how hard we work, it's how hard we play. Yeah, get up. It's alright, yeah, I'm okay. Words are weak, so I could act this way. Falling down at the end of the day. It's not how hard we work, it's how hard we play. Yeah, come on. Broke my heart and ripped it apart. What else can I say? Every text on my phone, hope I see your name. You're the one that's on my mind, that won't ever change. Will I ever get her back? It's driving me insane. It's alright, yeah, I'm okay. Words are weak, so I could act this way. Falling down at the end of the day. It's not how hard we work, it's how hard we play. Yeah.